Hi, I'm Moxie and I'm a fiber artist, and today I'm going to show you how to make a pinball bumper necklace from needle felting. For real. Materials you need for this project are a couple of felting needles, like these ones. You need a piece of foam. I love this eco foam. It is biodegradable and I like the surface tension when I'm doing my poking, but just so you can see the project better on camera today, we're gonna use this green foam. And the other thing you need is wool roving in whatever colors you like best for your project. Felt is the oldest textile known to humankind, and the first felt was made by wet felting, which is where you take water and soap and agitation and you rub the fibers together and they lock, creating a matted fabric. And that's what felt is. It's a matted fabric as opposed to a knitted or a woven fabric. And Industrial Revolution came along and somebody, I don't know who, invented the felting machine. The felting machine uses these needles. They are sharper than the sharpest sharp thing that you've ever played with, unless you're a surgeon. And they have these little notches all along the edges, and those notches do the work. So all animal hair has scales up and down each fiber, including ours. The notches on the needle, when you poke it through the wool, open and shut the scales, locking them together, creating that matted fabric. So to get started, first you take some roving. If your hands are really close together and you pull really hard, it doesn't work. It's magic if you just separate your hands a little bit and pull from the edge. And you twist up the fibers, because the more crisscrossed they are, the easier it is to felt. I'm gonna fold it together into a disc. Not at all perfect. And I'm going to start to poke. And once it starts to form a little bit of a shape, it's a little bit combined, you pull it off your foam and you turn it over. And then you keep going. A word about safety in your felting needles. Always watch your hands when you're felting, and never felt tired, and use shallow, soft pokes instead of really heavy pokes. And when you do poke yourself, and it will happen, so don't worry, just put a Band-Aid on it and keep on going, because you got stuff to make. After a while, there won't be any more loose fiber to poke, really, and it's not going to get any thicker, so you have to add more fiber. Take another loose wisp of roving. You twist it up again, loosely, and you wrap it around your disc. And it looks like you're starting over, but you're really not. It's just gonna incorporate all of this loose wool into the base. Lay it down on your foam and keep poking until all of the new fiber is incorporated into the disc. I know you've been poking a really long time, and so have I, but you'll notice that the edges of the disc are still really fuzzy. It's thick, but it's really loose. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take even more roving and even more wrapping and even more poking. And that's the secret to getting nice, clean lines and a thick piece of felt. When it's nice and thick in the middle, but your edges are still fuzzy, you're gonna wanna turn it on its side and poke with tiny pokes all along the edge of the disc. Now that we have the two discs done, the next step is to make sure the sizing is right. And I like this. This is a little bit bigger than we want it to be for the finished product, but we're going to use these edges and these fuzzies to tuck it into the base, and that'll secure it, and it'll get smaller as we go. So I'm taking a little bit of fuzzy and I'm twisting it up. I'm going to lay it down on the surface, overlapping my edges, and I'm going to poke it down in the center, anchoring it and keeping it relatively straight all the way across. Now I'm going to take all this fuzziness and pull it over towards the center and tack it down. I always look at images on the internet when I'm making things like this because you think you remember what a pinball bumper looks like, but you're wrong, you don't. And frankly, neither do I. So always look at pictures, it really helps. Now we've finished our starburst pattern. We have to do the details for the disc that fits on the top. So I'm taking a tiny wisp of fiber. Now that you're done with the 100, it's time to attach it to a necklace. You can glue on a pendant back or use some wire and make a loop. Or since real pinball bumpers light up, we thought it'd be really fun if this one lit up too. So that's it for today's craft video. I hope you enjoyed the project as much as I did. And if you got bit by the felting bug, which I'm sure you did because it's really addictive, I wrote you a book. It's called I Felt Awesome. It has a bajillion tips and tricks and projects for you so you can felt into the future. My name's Moxie, and like they say in pinball, I am indeed special when lit. So if you want your pinball necklace to have an LED, before you put on the circle, you make a hole in the back with very sharp scissors, like these, and then you widen the hole with needle nose pliers, like these.